Hello, everybody, and happy Moonday. I'm going to try to talk to you about community events while I'm coloring in the moon phases here. Try, try to do that, talk and color at the same time. Really, there isn't that much going on this week. So, first of all, we're starting off the week with a waning gibbous because we have a first quarter week. Basically, because we had a full moon last week, we're starting with kind of like a crescent shape on the right side here of the moon and coloring it in. I'm using a red pen again because this is the last week of Aries season, and then you're slowly going to make that line closer to the center for our last quarter here. So there, of course, we're having Tarot Tuesday, but we don't really have any community events this week because we are getting ready for our super exciting co-stream with Violet Hummingbird. So we're going to have our regular Tarot Tuesday this week, and then our extra special co-stream with Violet Hummingbird on Sunday the 16th. So this is super exciting. It's going to be like an all evening event kind of thing. So we're going to start off with a Twitch stream on my channel, on the Priestess of Wonderland Twitch channel. We're just going to kind of have like a fun chat interview kind of, but we're also going to be playing her card game, the Witch's Sabbath card game. Actually, I have it right here. So we're going to be playing this together. We're going to try it out. Obviously, it's a card game. It's meant to be played in person, but we're going to try it out virtually. And we're just going to have a conversation about all of the cool things that Violet has to offer, because I think she's great and amazing, and I'm so excited to share her offerings with you, play her card game, and just kind of have a witchy chat with each other. And then we're going to teleport to my YouTube channel for our weekly moon update video like you're watching today. And then we're going to teleport to her YouTube channel where we have pre-recorded an interview with each other. So that's super exciting. I can't wait to hang out with Violet and to hang out with you guys. So that's what's going on this week. We have the waning gibbous moon at the beginning of the week, the last quarter moon on Thursday. And so now we're coloring our moon more than half for the waning crescent. So just as a reminder, it took me a really long time to remember the different moon phases. So a waning crescent, so basically the first word is referring to which direction the moon is, well, not direction, whether, what is that called? It's whether the moon is increasing or decreasing. So waxing is increasing, but this week we have a waning moon, which is decreasing. So the first word refers to which direction the moon's going, right? I don't know. And then the second word pertains to what shape the moon is. So at the beginning of the week, we have a gibbous moon, which is more than half full. So that's why we have the light part of the moon is really bright. And then we have the last quarter, which is literally half. And then we have the waning crescent. So the crescent is referring to the part that you're able to see, the part that is visible in the sky. In this case, at the end of the week, it's the crescent. So that's when you see the little sliver, smiley face, Cheshire cat looking moon. So yeah, those are the moon phases for this week. Those are the events for this week. We're going to be using the Everyday Witch Oracle because we've got Capricorn energy, and that's just kind of like my cue to just like get things done, wrap things up, and this week is the last week to prepare before eclipse season and before the Mercury retrograde. So really, like seriously, jam pack your freezer. I'm gonna start I'm going to start because my personal cycle has been kind of wacky the last couple months. So, like, normally I would use, normally I use the last quarter week to prepare for everything, to get my meal prepped, to get my smoothie made, make sure I have tea and all the things that help sustain me during times that I need a little bit extra energy, when I need a little bit of extra help. My cycle keeps surprising me, and then like I have nothing prepared, and I'm just like, for whatever reason, I'm like, I forget how to make food. I forget everything. So I'm gonna start doing my meal prepping and everything on the first quarter weeks, or at least that's my plan for this upcoming moon cycle. This card wants to come out. So interesting, inner well. So doing the things that you need to have stored up in your inner well, so that when you're having low energy times, when you're having a difficult day, or if whatever, having these things ready and prepared so that you have them and you're able to sustain yourself. You're able to nourish yourself when you need to. So tap into your inner well, or strengthen and draw from your inner reservoir of divine power. You have everything you need within you, awaiting your remembrance, exploration, excavation, and ultimately your mastery. Confidently claim your unique power and gifts in this world, and ground into the truth that you are held, supported, and kept safe in the arms of the living universe. This is going to be a really nice reminder as we go through eclipse season and retrograde. It's a root chakra card. The crystal is onyx, and the herb is dandelion. So let's jump into the energy of this week. We're starting off with Sagittarius. Sagittarius is the arrow. Where are you aiming your arrow? Doing something on a Sagittarius day that helps you prepare for what's coming ahead. Preparing for your next adventure, preparing for our next difficult time. And it's a nice way to start off a Monday. If you're watching this live, then you have Sagittarius energy with you today. So you might be spending your Sunday preparing. Or if you're watching this later, then you might want to start using your Monday to start preparing. Because we enter the void of course fairly early Tuesday morning at 6:47 a.m. And then we move into Capricorn at 1:33 p.m. So that means we have Capricorn energy for Tuesday afternoon and evening, all day Wednesday, and the beginning of Thursday as well. So Capricorn season is the beginning of the year. It's the end of December, beginning of January. So this is like preparing, figuring out how to survive the rest of the winter. Capricorn energy is focused on success and achievement. It rules the 10th house of the zodiac, which is the house of career and public recognition. It's the gold star. It's an earth sign. It's how do we climb this mountain and achieve this goal? So I think the Capricorn energy for this week is really going to help us to prepare for the next week and the Mercury retrograde and the eclipse that I keep mentioning over and over and over again. And then at 10:13 a.m. Thursday, we start transitioning, and by 4:42 p.m. we move into Aquarius. So Aquarius is an air sign. It's going to help us figure out new ways to do things. It's also on an Aquarius day, especially a waning Aquarius day, I like kind of exploring new things, like learning something new. That's also kind of Sagittarius energy. I have a lot of Sagittarius in me as well as Aquarius, so I just like meditating, exploring, like learning something new, allowing myself to just like do something different. And particularly meditation on a waning, especially this close to a new moon. A waning Aquarius moon is really a really good day to meditate. If you're not already a daily meditator and you want to start practicing meditating and getting into the habit of meditation, it'd be good to set like once a month. Aquarius day is your meditation day to kind of like really explore the cosmos, the unknown, your subconscious, and same with Pisces too. But so we'll be in Aquarius energy for Thursday afternoon, all day Friday, and Saturday morning. And then the moon starts to transition at 11:15 a.m. on Saturday morning. And pretty much most of the day until around 7 p.m., we'll move into Pisces. And Pisces, we just left Pisces season. So this is water energy. This is dreamy, exploring, and really understanding subconscious energy, things that are happening beneath the surface. And on a Sunday Pisces day feels like just a sleepy, dreamy kind of day. I love that we're going to be just kind of playing with the violet hummingbird co-stream and just kind of like having fun, exploring, getting to know who Violet is, understanding where she comes from, where she came from, and I think it's going to be so much fun. I hope you guys can join us. So to recap this week, this really feels like just a prepping and preparing week. Sagittarius fire energy on Monday and Tuesday. You might want to use, I would say, Monday through Thursday to get things done because we've got fire and we've got earth. So like lay your foundation for next week. Prepare and set your sight on the horizon. How are you going to set your sight on the end of Mercury retrograde? May 14th. So Sagittarius, aim your arrow at May 14th, and then Capricorn will help you figure out what do we need to do to get through this time. You might want to think about back at the beginning of the year when we had our last Mercury retrograde and like reread your journals, check out your mood tracker from the beginning of the year and how were you feeling? Because this is going to give you an idea of what you might need to do this time to make sure that you make it through without it being too turbulent. So Monday through Thursday, fire and earth, preparing, laying that foundation, and then hopefully Friday, Saturday, Sunday into the weekend, you can just kind of like float, explore, get ready, prepare with the air and the water sign, just kind of like meditate, dream, play, hang out, that sort of thing. Because remember, the energy is decreasing, the light is decreasing. So if you need to put things off until later, put things off until later. And then we'll have a new moon next week. So let's check out the card for today. We have rebirth, rejuvenation. Or I feel like it's going to be relating a little bit more towards the end of the week, that energy at the end of the week. Wow, we've been talking about the beach a lot lately. Look at that. You can bring your cats to the beach. Did you know that? Athena. Oh, wow. Well, Athena is kind of a tabby, not really. I always say that Athena was a dolphin in a past life because she jumps like this. She jumps like a dolphin. It's the craziest thing, and it's so high. She has like springs in her legs. It's the craziest thing. Okay, so we are all born, and someday we all die. Along the way, we recreate ourselves, either intentionally or through circumstances beyond our control, becoming far different from the children, teens, or young adults we once were. For many of us, finding a new spiritual faith is a kind of rebirth. For some, it is the discovery of acceptance of a different sexuality or gender identity, a change in careers, finding or losing love, becoming a parent, or losing your own. For women, menopause often causes a huge shift in how we see ourselves, and retirement can do that too. Embrace each life shaking Embrace each life-shaking change as it happens, as frightening or unsettling as it may be, and rejoice in your rebirth as a new person with a fresh path before you. So I think that this card is preparing us for the transformation, the transition that we're going to go through within the next few weeks. This card is indicating one of two things. Either you are in the midst or just coming out of a big shift, in which case it is time to celebrate your rebirth, or you are overdue to reinvent yourself, and this card is a push in that direction. Have you been wavering on the cusp of making a substantive change? This card may be telling you it is time to go for it. This also makes me think back on the full moon, which I meant to ask, how was everybody's full moon? Because it felt so beautiful, refreshing, and rejuvenating. And then it had these like little waves of unbalance where I was like, oh, okay, we haven't healed this yet. Whoops. And then it was like, okay, so how do we even this out? And then something would turn my scales again. And then it'd be like, okay, how do we restore this balance? And like it was such beautiful energy and felt so refreshing. But then every now and then it'd be like, whoa, whoa. So again, I think these cards are preparing us for the next few weeks. Make sure that you have, and that was the whole, like, remember, go back to the beginning of Aries season and the exercises there, like really thinking about how to balance out your elements when you're feeling unbalanced, and whether, so if it's like a wave of anxiety, this is an air. Anxiety is air. It's too much thinking. So we want to cleanse and clear with water. If we're feeling overwhelmed, like if we're feeling depressed and heavy and stuck, then we want to add some fire element to it and get moving. When you're feeling depressed, like go for a walk. It's like the best thing. You're getting your circulation going, and that's the fire element. That's putting the fire element in there. If you're feeling overwhelmed with emotions, that's water energy, and you want to balance that out with air. So if you're feeling overwhelmed with emotions, like maybe start writing things down, journaling, or researching ideas on exploring the ideas of like, hey, why do I feel this way? What is so overwhelming? Like talking it out, writing it out. That's the air, balancing with the air element. Meditation is also going to be the air element. So at the beginning of this season, we were discovering things that really refuel our inner well, that we can create these stores and have these toolkits, and that we can pull out whenever we need them. One of them for me, like, used to be like just taking a few deep breaths, taking three deep breaths in a row, where I inhale through my nose, hold for a few seconds, and then exhale through my mouth. And you really feel the release of tension within your body. Lately, I've been using a lot of these herbal sprays, and I forgot to mention, I'm going to start selling these again because I already have like 1 million of these bottles, and a client of mine just unloaded a whole bunch of, they're actually smaller. So this is 4 ounces, I think. And then they gave me 2-ounce bottles and roller bottles and like little containers. And I'm like, okay, I guess I have to start selling things again because I have the supplies now. I don't really have an excuse. So, ever since it started a little bit before, feeling really called to use water cleansing methods versus smoke cleansing methods. And, it started a little bit before, but now since we've moved from Saturn and Aquarius to Saturn and Pisces, I'm just really called to use water as water just is my natural cleanser anyways. I don't know why it took me this long to figure it out, because I have noticed that like when if I'm feeling stressed and anxious and I go to smoke cleanse, I'm adding more air to the air, and that's creating more anxiety, and like adding more air element to the air element. We need to balance these elements out. So putting tools in your toolkits, like keeping your spray bottle with you, keeping your incense with you, putting a candle on your desk. I have like a little, like, maybe I should do a video on, if you're interested in like all the little toolkits that I carry around with me, let me know and we can do that. Because I basically have like a mini altar set up in my car, and I have things that I could set up a mini altar in my purse, or I carry a basket with me everywhere, and or just, I mean, I basically have an altar set up on my desk too. I have an altar in my living room, on my desk, on my nightstand. All these little places where you can just pause for a second and recharge, regroup, so that you're able to begin again. So creating these things that help you out, creating your toolkit, filling up your well, so that we can be ready to be reborn after we get through this time. So that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. I can't wait for this Sunday. I hope you can join us. I'm pretty sure it's going to be 6:30 or 7. We are meeting this week to kind of work out the fine details, and I will let you know as soon as I know. So, Ko-fi members, you'll get your card in Discord, and I hope you have a wonderful week. The Just a Phase Moon Planner is jam-packed with so much information about the moon phases, the zodiac signs, as well as learning and exploring your birth chart along with the phases and the seasons of the year. There are new and full moon monthly spreads on top of vertical weekly spreads that follow the phases of the moon and the seasons of the year. There's lots of journaling questions, activities, reflection, projection, creating action plans, keeping up with your mood and tracking your cycle, coloring pages, tarot spreads. There's so much fun activities and information, and also a wonderful community that comes along with it.